Hey, but we're all here for the same thing. Boobies! That'll do. That'll do. That'll do just fine. You gotta be careful about saying things like that, though, because if you call them boobies or tatas, they usually call you plaintiff. Yeah. There's sensitive about that sort of thing. You just can't do whatever comes into your mind with that. You can't just say or do things. I mean, has anyone ever seen two endowed women standing next to each other? And don't you just think, if you like hit one, it'll be like those desk ornaments with the perpetual motion? I'm pretty confident it'll work. I've never actually had the opportunity to test it out because I usually get maced or tackled or hit first. But I think if I found someone that was just willing to play along with me and just stand there and tough it out, you know, I'm pretty sure it'd work. Yeah, I say and do things that are definitely inappropriate. But I get away with a lot more than I think most people would because I'm viewed as basically harmless. No one has ever been intimidated by me. Ever. It's impossible. No one here's scared of me. Not one. Yeah, well, maybe a little bit. If you are, it's just because you're nervous because you're sitting too close to one of your girlfriends. If he tries that. But nobody's intimidated or bothered by me. No one at all. I'm viewed as probably the least threatening person in the world. Let me paint you a picture. Single white female, dark, rain-slick noir alleyway. Shadows from the lampposts, steam rising in the night. Nervous, quickening pace down the alley. And all of a sudden, I jump out. Severed head in hand, held by the hair, and she just goes, "Oh! Oh, it's you! You scared me half to death, you Dickens!" Why would you do something like that, you kidder? You know, and she's like, "Oh, I'm sure you just found that someplace, and I can spin it around, sending blood in this curtain, and I can just release and throw it. Like it was my sling and I was about to slay Goliath and I'd be king of the Canaanites. I would be a just and wise king, like Solomon. Yes, I would go with the two-state solution. I would split it in half, and whichever side just screamed out more, obviously, was the real state. I'm just kidding, I would still go with two. Do you think he had doubts about that thing? You think, oh man, what if they're just both to spite each other? I have to go through with this. To kill a baby. Think you'd have done it? Or do you think like most, he would go to his mother for advice? You know, prototypical Jewish man. But he was. I mean, they got that cemented down. Read it sometime. But do you think the advice he got would be any good? Do you think it would just be anything besides, are you regular? Why aren't you married? Whatever happened to that Queen of Sheba you were with? I liked her. She was a nice girl. It's like, screw it, I'm just gonna cut this baby in half. Yeah. I know what audiences want, Book of Kings. But no one's afraid of me. It gets to the point where I come stomping through and even the cats won't run anymore. They just... But... Yeah. Careful, I have a very uppity girlfriend in the audience someplace. I know. Probably because she knows she could take me. Oh, you guys would like that. But see, there is a downside as well, because, as I said, no one's threatened by me. At all. And that goes double for men. I lose arguments whenever it stops being about, debate. When it comes down to it, like, manly, fisticuff sort of thing, it's just, it doesn't matter how big he is or anything. We both know where we stand. We don't have to have a fight. We just look at each other. He knows. I know. You're right. I'm wrong. Which...
No, I was thinking...
There can be a difference, though. Alcohol. Alcohol makes me forget that this person could possibly be a friend. No. But he must be bluffing. He wouldn't do anything like that. Would he? But I've been drinking, so of course not. But that can lead to interesting arguments. Arguments you really, really shouldn't have. Say, arguing with a bouncer. You don't want to do that. I definitely don't want to do that. But I've been drinking. You know how it goes. I thought a bouncer was rude. I understand he has a job to do. He could certainly be more polite. And I let him know. Because I'd been drinking. He didn't take kindly to this and he said, "Hey, if you got a problem, I could call the police." Oh yeah? I don't think you will. Because I'd been drinking. He's bluffing. But what didn't help things was that how poor his argument was. It's like, "Hey, I've been to jail. You don't want me to call the police. You'll be somebody's wife." Yeah, maybe. But if you've been to jail, are you really going to call the police? And whose word are they going to take? Do you have evidence? Is there a security camera? Do you have witnesses? There weren't. But no police were called. But he was this tall. Bad idea. Hey, I'm gonna share a random thought I had with you guys. Hey, did I wake anybody up there? Some of you guys in the back, I can't see you. I assume you're sleeping. Share a random thought I had the other night, because I'm weird. Last night I was standing on College Avenue, and I saw a street sweeping truck drive by, which is in of itself very normal. But as he passed by, he flicked a cigarette butt out the window. Most people are like, this happens all the time. And I'm like, of all the people, you think he wouldn't do that? Because you're just gonna have to clean it back up. You don't see school janitors puke in the hallways, or window washers write that they were here with their thumb. No. You'd think that he would know better. He wouldn't make that work for himself. Again, thoughts that most people just don't have. Of course, it could be possible that he wasn't a street sweeper. He may have just been driving a street sweeper. It's possible. Could have been a bargain. He was $500? I'll take it. Hey, who here wouldn't buy a $500 street sweeper? It's a good story. Could come in handy. Sorry about your driveway. Would you like me to sweep it? You could get ladies that way. I'm sure there's a double entendre. My truck isn't the only thing that can bristle the pavement, if you know what I mean. Which brings me to our thesis for the evening. We're here for the ladies. See, that was a reference to a vulva, so that's how I got those. Just explaining the segue, I didn't want to seem like streets. Are women like street sweepers? I just had to clear that up. I didn't want any false connections there. That's silly. So Fall Fest is upstairs. Because naturally these two events should be together. Yeah, I don't see the connection either. But hey, at least now you get to build your friends instead of make them, so That'll help. Hey, it worked for me. Hey, thank you.